Okay, well, this is another edition of the Family Music Hour with Ricky and
Caitlin.
Yeah, we're father-daughter duo, and this week we take on two very different types of artists, but both of them are very good. You chose
I chose the Black Keys.
the Black Keys.
Mm-hmm.
They do an amazing job with just two guys, right?
Yeah, they really do.
Yeah, they really. I mean, they're awesome. And my offering is Jason Isbell. And for those of you that don't know either of these artists, do yourself a favor. Whether you like these particular songs from these artists, they're worth investigating. Both of them for very different reasons. Jason Isbell's an Alabama boy, super bright guy, writes songs, as John Prine says, with no fat in them.
With no fat in them?
Yeah, but he's a good storyteller, really, really gifted storyteller. And he's not afraid to talk about his past or his demons in a very honest way, don't you think?
Yeah, I think so. So his is more of a storytelling sort of method, and I think the Black Keys is more about the musicianship than the storytelling. Even though they do tell a good story, his is more all about the storytelling, I'd say.
Yeah, his is more of a storyteller. Although the Black Keys tell a story in a different way, mm-hmm. and some of their songs are really, really quite insightful. But we hope you like both of them. What's the album that you chose on the Black Keys?
I chose the Rubber Factory.
The Rubber Factory.
Yeah, what year is this from? From 2004.
2004. Not the album I thought you would choose from them.
Yeah, do you think I would choose Brothers?
Yep, I like the Brothers album. I think the best.
That was good, and that's how I was introduced to the Black Keys. But I have the Rubber Factory on vinyl, and I guess I just have a little bit more liking to it. You
got this on vinyl?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, that usually does it. Vinyl pulls you into what vinyl pulls you into, and you tend to get very attached to whatever songs are on vinyl normally.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because you have to actually go through the physical setting up and playing of it. So it just tends to do that to me. I think to you too, and maybe to others.
And just the way it sounds, just the way it was supposed to sound.
No doubt. So you want to start off with, you know what? Let's start off with Jason Isbell because the Black Keys are so strong.
Okay.
In their type of music, we'll give Jason a chance to tell his story.
Which album did you choose?
Ooh, my songs are. This is off the Southeastern album, which won a ton of awards. I think that's where the music world finally went, oh,
yeah,
that guy's really good. And the songs on this album, the three that I chose are "Cover Me Up," "Traveling Alone," and "Elephant."
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, let's see. How about "Cover Me Up"?
All right, here we go.
All right, good love song.
Heart on the run, keeps a hand on the gun. You can't trust anyone. I was so sure what I needed was more. Tried to shoot out the sun. Days when we raced, we flew off the page. Such damage was done. I made it through, 'cause somebody knew I was meant for someone. So girl, leave your boots by the bed. We ain't leaving this room. Someone needs medical help or the magnolias bloom. It's cold in this this house and I ain't going out to chop wood. So cover me up and know you're enough to use me for good. Put your faith to the test when I tore off your dress in Richmond on high. I sobered up and I swore off that stuff forever this time. The old lovers say I thought it'd be me who helped him get home. But home was a dream, one I'd never seen till you came along. So girl, hang your dress up to dry, we ain't leaving this room. Percy priest breaks open wide and the river runs through. Carries this house on the stones like a piece of driftwood. Cover me up and know you're enough to use me for good. Someone needs medical help or the magnolias bloom. It's cold in this house and I ain't going out to chop wood. So cover me up and know you're enough to use me for good. Cover me up and know you're enough to use me for good.
Okay, what do you think of Cover Me Up?
I love that song. I love, especially when he plays it with his wife.
Yeah, he plays it with his wife. For those that don't know that, Jason is married with a cute little baby daughter now, and his life hasn't always been like that. He's had quite a few excesses in his life.
Excesses?
Yeah. And I think he's found love with this lady, and they make a good duo. And she plays the violin in his band. She has her own band, but she plays violin in his. Many times you'll see her backing him up on the violin.
Yeah, I love that song. What do you think?
I do love it. I like some of the things in it, like we ain't leaving this room till someone needs medical help.
I know.
Or the magnolias bloom.
I know.
And girl,
I love his writing.
Yeah, girl, leave your boots by the bed. We ain't leaving this room. So yeah, I like that. That song is a strong one, and I can see where we'll maintain that strength for years to come. For those that listen to it, listen to it and fall in love with it now, they're gonna like it later in life, and those that find it later in life will like it then as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, that was just such a strong song for him, and I feel like such a turning point song for him.
Yeah, well, the whole album, yeah, it really that was probably the strength. That was probably one of the strongest, if not one of the strongest songs on that album, and you could argue the strongest, and in an album that it was a turning point for him, a very big one. So, for those that don't know,
It's definitely been played the most.
Yeah. For those of y'all that don't know Jason, he came from the Drive-By Truckers, and then he went on from there after they booted him out of the band. He went on to the 400 unit. As he said, there was a lot of drugs being done in that band, and he was better at that than anybody else in the band. And they didn't like that too much, so they sent him on his way, which was probably good for everybody.
Yeah.
But that gave us this wonderful album called Southeastern that we can all hang our hats on. So now we're going to move to one of the Black Keys songs. Which one you want to start off with?
I think I want to play, let's see. Gosh, I don't know. I don't know what I want to start on and what I want to end on.
Okay.
Maybe I'll start with Grown So Ugly.
Grown So Ugly. Now, what do you know about this one?
Let me play it and then ask me.
Okay. Let's give it a spin.
I got up this morning, put on my shoes, tied my shoes, went to the mirror, put a comb in my hair, I made a move, know what to do. Left Angola, 1964, walking down the street, knock upon my baby door. My baby come out and ask me who I am. I say, honey, honey, don't you know your man? She said, my man been gone since 1942. I tell you, Mr. Ugly, he looks like you.
Okay, so that was Grown So Ugly by the Black Keys. So that song is actually a cover. It was originally written by Robert Pete Williams. Yeah. So that was about a guy who went to the Anglo State Prison in Louisiana. Apparently it's like a really tough prison, and how when he gets out and all the changes that his face and just everything have gone through, it doesn't even look the same. And he goes to his wife or girlfriend or whoever, and she doesn't recognize him anymore.
Wow. I wonder if
she said, calls him Mr. Ugly.
Well, did he write that about a fictional character or about himself?
No, I think it was
Oh.
about himself. Yeah, it says, I think I don't know if he went there, but he definitely went to prison, or jail or something. And yeah.
You know, I can see where that, that's a very short song by them. That's uncharacteristically short song, I think, by them. I mean, there's
Yeah,
they
I
do
know.
play some
Well, it's a
that are
cover.
short, but that one's really short. And I really like it. Yeah, you grown so
Do you like
ugly.
it?
You just grown so ugly. That's all there is to it.
I didn't know if you'd like that one.
again, I think they're capable of so much more, but every song you put out is not going to be a groundbreaking song. And that one spoke to me
Yeah.
and said, "Hey, let's just do that song. Why don't we do that one?"
Yeah.
And I'm sure others have covered it, but that's a good little glimpse into the Black Keys, which I think are a strong band and hard to ignore.
Yeah, I think so too. I like that song a lot. It's I don't know, short and sweet and just kind of spunky.
Funky. I was actually bringing
Spunky.
back. Did you say funky? Spunky.
Spunky.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was gonna say I was trying to bring back Funky Fresh, and that seemed like a good moment to do it. But when I heard Spunky, I guess I'll leave that one on the shelf for another time.
No, that's okay. You can do
I don't
Funky
know.
Fresh
Now it
too.
seems like it would have been a good segue, but now it just kind of died. Speaking of died, Glenn Campbell died today. Glenn Campbell.
Who?
From many songs. I'm a Rhinestone Cowboy. Sang many songs.
wow.
Many songs. You need to educate yourself a little bit on Glenn Campbell. I know it was a different generation. He was.
Mm-hmm.
He did a big docudrama on Netflix. He knew he had dementia or Alzheimer's, or was getting it. He was in the stages of it.
Mm-hmm.
And they wanted to do a last one, and so it's kind of a good glimpse. Glenn Campbell was an incredibly talented guitarist, even though he wasn't. I mean, a lot of people may not know that
Wow.
about him. He really was, and a great session guitarist before he became famous in the 70s, I guess.
Wow,
it really
that's
is.
sad.
Anyway, moving on to other things. I mean, we all do that at some point, but yeah, just thought I'd bring it up. You can not leave this in the segment if you want. Okay, so the next song for Jason Isbell, I'm torn a little bit, ladies and gentlemen, because Cover Me Up was such a strong one, and Traveling Alone is a good one. Commercially very well accepted, but Elephant is a good story, right?
It is good.
Now, for those of you that would be listening to this, if there's any small children in the room or people that are affected by colorful language, it's not full of it, but it does say a colorful word, so you may want to earmuff it. On this one. So I think I'm going to lead in with Elephant, and to give you a little backstory on this one, this is about a coworker and it's two friends, happen to be coworkers, and the elephant they're talking about obviously is one of them is, how would you say it? Terminally ill, I guess, and they don't want, it's hard to talk about the elephant in the room, and so. Give it a listen and get your tissues ready and your earmuffs ready for those that need it.
And your earmuffs.
Elephant.
All right, here's Elephant.
She said, Andy, you're better than your past. Winked at me and drained her glass. Cross-legged on a bar stool like nobody sits anymore. She said, Andy, you're taking me home, but I knew she planned to sleep alone. I'd carry her to bed, sweep up the hair from her floor. If I'd fucked her before she got sick, I'd never hear the end of it. She don't have the spirit for that now. We just drink our drinks and laugh out loud, bitch about the weekend crowd, and try to ignore the elephant somehow. Somehow. She said, Andy, you crack me up. Seagram's in a coffee cup, sharecropper eyes and the hair almost all gone. When she was drunk, she made cancer jokes, made up her own doctor's notes. Surrounded by her family, I saw that she was dying alone. But I'd sing her a classic country songs, and she'd get high and sing along. She don't have a voice to sing with now. We burn these joints in effigy, cry about what we used to be, try to ignore the elephant somehow. Somehow. I've buried her 1,000 times, giving up my place in line, but I don't give a damn about that now. There's one thing that's real clear to me: no one dies with dignity. You just try to ignore the elephant somehow. We just try to ignore the elephant somehow. We just try to ignore the elephant somehow. Somehow. Somehow.
Okay, that was Elephant by Jason Isbell.
What'd you think?
I mean, he's just such a good storyteller. Musicianship is great too, but just the storytelling.
He really is. Did you earmuff it?
Can't
Did
be
you
beat.
earmuff it?
Yes, I earmuffed
Okay,
it.
good.
I think I have so many favorite lines from that, but I love the sharecropper's eyes line. That part always gets to me.
Yeah, and once you hear that term, I think you can think back to other people and pictures and photos and videos and just people you meet rarely, and you can recognize that sharecropper's eyes.
Yeah, you know exactly what he's talking about.
Yeah, I actually, it's weird, several months ago, I actually used that term when a fellow was talking about his uncle, and I had met his uncle, and I hadn't seen him in a little bit, and it's not like we were buddies, but we did know each other. And this guy, who was a younger guy, said he got this look about him, and he described it to me. I said, yeah, I think it's a good term for sharecropper's eyes that I've heard. And he said, that's right. And I said, or thousand yard stare. I've heard it mentioned like that too. But
What kind of stare?
1,000-yard stare. Like you're looking way off into a distance, and but you're not, it's not really fixed, but you're just taking it all in, and it's overwhelming, kind of. So yeah, Jason Isbell, really good storyteller. I hope you guys appreciate that about him. So on to Black Keys. What will be your second offering?
Let's see. I want to play Girl Is On My Mind.
Girl Is On My Mind?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if a girl is on his mind. Now, do you know if they wrote this one, or do you know that?
Yeah, I think they wrote this one. And I can't find any deep meaning behind it except
Well,
for
it just might just be a girl is on his mind.
Girl Is On His Mind.
Let's give it a listen. I'm not familiar with this one.
Girl is on my mind. Girl is on my mind. Try to ignore her, try to unwind. She is on my mind. Eyes are in my eyes. Eyes are in my eyes. Where I've been, our time flies. She is in my eyes. See her standing there. See her standing there. She's tender and she takes great care. See her standing there. Hold me close to you. Hold me close to you. Not like that I would not do. Hold me close to you. Girl is on my mind. She is on my mind. Try to ignore her, try to unwind. She is on my mind.
Okay, so that was Girl Is On My Mind.
I think
can't
so.
really say that seriously. Girl is on my mind.
I know. Well, the thing is, for every guy out there that's been infatuated or in love, it's hard to tell sometimes when you're early in the game. But a girl can be on your mind. And
Yeah, I guess so.
the girl is in his eyes. think-
Yeah,
I think the lyrics
all
went.
that.
Yep. Couldn't everywhere he looked, she was there. I think every person who's been infatuated or in love can relate.
Yeah, I think so too.
Girl is on my mind. Sorry about that, folks.
Yeah.
You can cut that out. Go ahead.
And I'm just gonna say that it's, you know, not a deep song, but I think that it's just a typical. They're a rock band. It's a rock band sort of song. They're holding true to that, so I like it for that.
Yeah, you know, and a song doesn't have to be. Everybody approaches it at different ways in different songs. Sometimes you can approach it with a beat, with a meaning, with just a setting. You don't always have to be about telling a story and drawing the points in the story. Sometimes everybody knows the story. They're familiar with the story. Let's just sing about the mood this story is about. And that's what I think they did there.
That's true.
Don't you? Don't you think that?
Yeah, I definitely think that.
Because, I mean, that's one of the great things about music is you can hear a song and it either can put you in a great mood, a melancholy mood, a reminiscing type of thing where you're really sipping just the brown water on the back porch thinking about, your life or your history or whatever. Music can take you back or move you forward. It's an awesome tool. And, sometimes it doesn't have to be a story. It just has to be.
Yeah, it can just be there sometimes.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go to the last one with for Jason Isbell off the Southeastern album. And this one was I think probably more of a commercial hit. Don't you think that Traveling Alone?
Yeah, I feel like Cover Me Up has been way more of a commercial hit. But if you're comparing, I mean, you should see how many times it's been played on Spotify. It's like 10,000 more times than Traveling Alone.
Oh, really? Well, I think people probably on this
10
album
10 million more times.
Were first
keep going.
Were first introduced to this album by Traveling Alone because it's just an easy way to be introduced to it. But I think as they were introduced, they said, "Wait a minute, what about this Cover Me Up? It's better. I like it better. It's deeper. I mean, they're not leaving that room. He's not even going out there to chop wood. It's cold, but he's not even doing that." I can see that. I just think this was probably the first one that a lot of people were introduced to. But this one's he's tired of traveling alone. He's looking for a little company, and he's tired of life being that way. So if you would give this a listen, this is the last offering off the Southeastern album for Jason Isbell, and it's called Traveling Alone.
Mountains rough this time of year, close the highway down, they don't warn the town. I've been fighting second gear, 15 miles or so, trying to beat the angry snow. I know every town worth passing through. What good does knowing do? No one to show it to. And I've grown tired of traveling alone. Tired of traveling alone. I've grown tired of traveling alone. Won't you ride with me? I've grown tired traveling alone, tired of traveling alone. I've grown tired of traveling alone. Won't you ride with me? Won't you ride? Won't you ride? I quit talking to myself, listening to the radio a long, long time ago. Damn near strangled by my appetite. Ybor City on a Friday night. Couldn't even stand upright. So high the street girls wouldn't take my pay. She said, "Come see me on just danced away. And I've grown tired of traveling alone, tired of traveling alone. I've grown tired of traveling alone. Won't you ride with me? I've grown tired of traveling alone, tired of traveling alone. I've grown tired of traveling alone. Won't you ride with me? Won't you ride? Won't you ride? Pain in the outside lane, I'm tired of answering to myself. Heart like a rebuilt heart. I don't know how much it's got left, how much it's got left. I've grown tired of traveling alone, tired of traveling alone. I've grown tired of traveling alone. Won't you ride with me? I've grown tired of traveling alone, tired of traveling alone. I've grown tired of traveling alone. Won't you ride with me? Won't you ride? Won't you ride?
What'd you think?
I think that was probably the first Jason Isbell song I'd heard. So I, always go back to it as that's what I know of him. It's a great song. It doesn't hold a candle to me to Cover Me Up or Elephant, but it's still a great song.
Yeah, I think so too. His name, incidentally, is Michael Jason Isbell.
Oh, really?
I've never heard him called that, but he's from Green Hill, Alabama. But you should go back and hear some of his drive-by trucker stuff if you're interested. His writing is not as evolved, but you can see glimpses of what it's going to be.
Yeah, it's still pretty good then, but yeah. I think he wrote that.
Yeah.
What's that song that we like by Drive-By Truckers?
Which one?
Well, I'm trying to think of it. The one about being a refrigerator parts guy.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Gosh. Outfit?
Yes, Outfit. I think he wrote that one.
Yeah. If he didn't write it, he certainly... Yeah, he did write that. That's about his father.
Oh, is it really?
And, yeah. If I remember correctly, it is. Yeah, that's an awesome song.
Yeah, that's a great song.
Yeah, that one, again, a good storyteller in that one. He doesn't get too far from that. He can do that. But we've got one more, don't we, for the Black Keys?
Yeah, going to listen to The Links.
What's it called?
The Lengths, like a
Okay.
length.
Like a link in the
Like
chain?
great, going the links. I don't know. No.
Okay.
The length of the
Listen,
field.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Oh, the length. Okay.
Yeah. So here's The Links by the Black Keys.
Tell me where you're going. about you leaving before you even gone. Hold me now, never ever hold me again. No more talk can take me from this pain I'm in. Pain I'm in. See the moonlight shining on your window pane. See it leave you as faithful as it came. Please yourself, you don't have to be afraid. Make amends or carry on another way. Tell me what you were thinking. Treat somebody so. Care he took the lengths to which he goes. Calls on walk across without your shoes. But in the end, know that you got nothing to lose.
Okay, so that was The Lengths by The Lengths. I can't say it. By Black Keys. What'd you think?
Well, when it first started, I thought, it was just kind of dragging for me, right? That was my initial thought. But as it went along, it doesn't. As a matter of fact, I started listening to it, as you start playing it, and how you can zone out for a minute. I zoned out on it, and then I started listening to it. It kind of pulled me back in because of the somehow it was hypnotic. Really,
I know it really is.
I went to YouTube. I know that's not a great place, but I like to read the comments.
I know you do.
On there. And they were, I thought they were pretty good too. One of them said, this song is almost therapeutic. It doesn't say much, but it conveys a lot.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to put it. I mean, I wish this song would play on repeat while I was going to sleep at night. It's so just calming.
I mean, a lot of people, I guess, depending on where you are in your life, and that's the way music can be. If you're going through a breakup, a lot of people apparently that experienced a breakup, liked to put this one on.
Mm-hmm.
One of them says it makes me feel something like a happy depression. It's quite strange.
Yeah, I mean, every comment, everything I could find about this song was people talking about how, it's about a breakup and going through the different points that points of view that the song will go through and all of that. So I think it's really good.
It's funny how people look at music so differently depending on where they're coming from and the mood they're in. One of the comments on there, one of them said, great song. This is from a youngish woman. Great song, but never listen to that after a breakup and you are all alone in your room trying to soothe the pain with music. This song would savagely beat you with your own feelings and leave you paralyzed with emotion. You'll want to die.
Jeez.
And I know. Someone wrote behind it saying, during a breakup is the best time to listen to a song. Music is therapy. So, it just depends on you and where you are and who you are. But I like the song, but for reasons that I didn't see coming.
Right.
Right. So.
That girl has a lot of emotions.
Yes, she does, or she's a prolific writer. I'm not sure of which. She's like, I'm going to make this message board sing. Well, I'll say one more thing on it. One guy said, if this song doesn't give you the chills, you might want to schedule a soul verification ASAP.
A what?
A soul verification. ASAP. He liked it, apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
But yeah, so both these groups, very different.
Yeah, storytellers in their own ways.
Storytellers in their own way. I think that the Black Keys do it more from a instrumental approach and a timing approach, and some nuances to their vocals as well. Is how they tell their song, how they tell their story. And Jason tells his in a very connected way, A to B, B to C, C to D. Jason's are just as deep, if not deeper, but they're just conveyed in a different way.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, but both are good, and both of them are good examples of how music can be. Very different, very good, for totally different reasons.
Yeah, I think that Jason's definitely a little deeper with his songwriting. I think he puts meaning and thought into every word.
Oh, no doubt.
The Black Keys just rely more on the music, which both are great.
Yeah, Jason's a more of a lyricist, I would say, and the Black Keys do it again, I think, with their instruments. They're like, they can really make that guitar come alive. It's still amazing that they do what they do with a two-piece band.
Oh yeah, I think so too.
But they're still quite young, even though they've been doing this for a good long time.
So is Jason, really.
Yeah, Jason is too. He's a youngish man. With a new family. So So both these bands, I would say, were for different reasons, depending on what you want to hear and for what you're in the mood for. Both of them are great. I wouldn't say one was better than the other. It just depends on what you want to hear.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think this has been great, Kate. I'm glad that we did this. I'm glad that you spearheaded all this, and I'm glad we both get to make time for it. It makes my week feel good.
Mine too.
Um,
This has
so-
been another episode of Family Music Hour. Join us next time.
Yep, this is Ricky.
And Caitlin.
We'll see you on the other side.